Y'all think she'll let me back? A former kitten doll. She kicked me out, yo. I was blocked. What's up, guys? And it's Viral Ken here, back at it again with a motherfucking YouTube video for y'all. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ken from Wisconsin. I'm 21 and I'm fruity, yeah. If you just made up my channel consists of nothing but spiritual videos, mukbangs. What did I say right? Yeah, mukbangs, vlogs, no matter motherfucking video. It's nothing but lit motherfucking vibes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I dig? You know what I did? Anyways, we're gonna go right into the video. Welcome to my channel. I can tell by the title, we're finna get messy today. Y'all know what you gotta do. Like it up, all subscribe, turn post notifications on. Don't be a weirdo. You're a hater, you're a weirdo, get blocked. Let's see who else blocked me today. I'm gonna be telling a story time on how I fell out with would you say viral or known influencer, TikToker, whatever you wanna call it, the known as mother. This is my life. I'm finna speak my truth, ho. And yes, I have receipts. So the receipts will be on the screen from the messages that I do have from when I text her on the phone. I don't have the Instagram ones because she did block me. And I'm trying to figure out, y'all, when somebody blocks you, do messages delete? Because when I went to search up her account again, the message was gone. So I feel like she blocked me. I thought she unfollowed me. Because I'm gonna get later into that. But I remember texting her from when she did block me. Well, I think she did block me. I'm not going to show her number, you know what I'm saying? But I am going to be telling the name because obviously it's going to be quite evident and obvious what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And yeah, I got my little notes. Also, if y'all see me looking down on my phone, you know, normally y'all, I just be random, but shit, this time I got my notes to be prepared. This is a very real true story. This is based off a true story, y'all. This did happen over a year ago of last year. Or was it the year before? It was, oh yeah, okay, it was last year, 2024. Okay, y'all. We are talking about the only mother, dark-skinned black queen. You know what I'm saying? I always give my ops they props. Always give your ops your props because, you know, it's no hate, it's no shade. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell the tea. What's tea? So, this is how I met Mother. I'm not gonna expose her real name because, you know, she did tell me her real name. And I don't know if a lot of people know her real name, but, you know, but I am Mother, whatever her account name is named now. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And it will be cold with Tony. He's another influencer or whatever. Yeah, he's like bigger on TikTok and I know he's known on Instagram, whatever. He's part of the story time too. So I will be bringing up the, you know, the story with him and my experience. So yeah, we're going to be a double duo today, y'all. So yeah. First, I'm going to tell how I met her. So I was a supporter of her, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm going back in the day, like take a travel to the past, you know what I'm saying? So I was an original supporter of her, y'all. I like found her on TikTok first because I was like, okay, like a dark skinned queen, you know what I'm saying? Doing her little poses and stuff, eating it up, you know what I'm saying? All that, yeah. Oh, y'all see this big ass parachute bonnet? You know, it's Sailor Moon. Love me some Sailor Moon, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But, yeah, I was like a dark-skinned queen doing her little poses and shit, you know what I'm saying? Eating the girls up, all that. I saw she was very supportive of my community and all that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? She's cool. At one point, that was my little, you know, fine shit TikTok queen. Like, that was really like, you know, I had my little obsessions at a moment where I'm like, okay, like, I love this TikTok. Like, she's the shit. Like, she's, yeah, so she was on that list, right? So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with her. I love her. So I follow her. I was liking all her videos and everything. Eventually got to the point where she followed me back. I don't know if she followed me back after when I got on live with her. I think it was before that. Yeah, it was before that. So she followed me back, right? I was like, oh, you know, I loved her videos. I used to be sharing them to my story. Always, you know, reposting her and all that. One time she went on live and I did a reading for her, right? I already had my deck out and she was doing like a talent show, right? So I came up there because she accepted my request. That was my first time ever seeing her. I was very nervous and shit. Very surprised. Like, oh my God, like I was shaking in my boots like, I'm having a conversation with no other, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You know, I was nervous and shit. I was trying to ground my energy and everything to get prepared mentally for the reading. And, you know, even though it was a lot, I just pushed through. So I was talking to her, you know, getting to know her or whatever. And I was like, like telling her about how my reading works. You know what I'm saying? Like any questions, comments, concern, wait till they're, you know, tell me after, because when I channel in my messages, there's a lot of things that come through spirit and all that stuff. So I just wanted there to be like, you know, those boundaries, right? I was doing the reading for her and everything, and I saw a message that popped up that resonated with both of us. I felt like I could relate a lot to what she was going through. She was going through a lot of basically where a lot of separation, you know, abuse, just mistreatment from her family, whatever, that she was with, dealing with, whatever. And I related to that a lot because I went through that with my mom, whatever. Still am going through that. But I connected with her through that because she was asking me like how to, like, you know, how do you relate to me, whatever. And I told her about my experience. And then continued on her reading, but she kind of kept interrupting me during my readings, and that's why I feel like I should have paid attention to like the first red flags about her, because it was like, you know, like I laid down my boundaries. I said, hey, like, you know, this is what is going on, this is how I do my readings. And because I felt like because she was bigger and I, you know, it was like, you know how like you look up to influencer in a way, like you're very, you know, influenced by them, whatever. So I just was like, you know, let me give her, like, let her talk, whatever. But deep down inside, I did feel a little disrespected. Like, damn, like, let me talk. Like, this is my reading, you know what I'm saying? But I learned from that. Don't let nobody do that just because of their title, whatever. I don't give a fuck if fucking you doing a reading for Nikki. I don't give a fuck if I'm fucking whatever you doing. It don't fucking matter. Disrespect is disrespect, and don't let nobody fucking, you just walk all over you. Did the reading with her. Shortly after that, we was talking, chatting up, get to know each other, and she sent me her number after a while, right? I have the receipts. They'll be on the screen right there. So I texted her then. It was in January 14th of 2024 at 11:47 p.m. Standard Time, where I am located. I know she's in Baltimore, and I'm in Racine, Wisconsin. And she was like, hi, Ken. So, you know, I texted her, and she replied, I heard the message, whatever, right? I texted her a couple days after that on January 18th. I said, hey, mother. She said, hey, Ken, how are you? You know, chatting up, having little talks, whatever. And I don't know if you guys noticed somewhere along these messages. I'm going to skip up to where, like, there was other red flags about her, right? I'm going to show where. So if you see, I'm going to show on the screen, but it says where I said, what did you eat today? And you see she replied the next day. She said, oh, okay, I had a chicken pot pie, right? So after that, I text her at 6:58 in the morning. Then I said, Grand Rising. You see, I double texted, and she was like not replying. And then she would be like, so I sent her, let me see if I can load the image that I sent her. I was watching her live while actually making a drawing, right? And, you know, I guess she was on live, whatever. She didn't see the message. But it's like, you didn't see the message prior to after you was texting on the 19th. After I'm texting on the 25th. Whatever. So you saw there's already a history of like her not replying to the messages that I was putting on there. But then replying to the messages days after. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, like she's ignoring my messages a little bit. You know what I mean? And I didn't take it personal at first because, like, you know, she don't know me or whatever. But it was just like, y'all see, that's almost a whole week after. I ignored it. I didn't take it personal. I was okay, you know, I give everybody their grace, their little chances or whatever. So I was like, hey, do you want to FaceTime on January 27th, right? And she was like, oh, you know, I'm letting my phone charge if I don't call you tonight. It's because my Pisces called, and her Pisces was a little sneaky link she was talking to around that time. So I was like, you know, her man, whatever, right? We was talking a little bit. Said if we don't FaceTime tonight, we definitely can talk anytime. Pay attention to that, y'all. So I said, okay, bet. I said I requested to join your live earlier on TikTok. I don't know if you saw it. Because I would send her requests, right? Before, when I send a request, then she would easily let me join. So let me go back to that prior moment, right? So after the first time I got on live with her, did the reading, right? I got on live with her again. I went on this live with her this time with Tony. And Tony is another influence. Like I said, I'll put his face on the screen. That's what I'm talking about. He joined this time, right? It was the night of when Nikki was dropping her Bigfoot diss track on Megan, right? So this is my first ever interaction with Tony, right? And I guess Tony and Mother know each other because they both live in Baltimore, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, that's how they know each other, but I know for sure she lives in Baltimore, right? She supposedly went to his high school or whatever, and he's younger than me. Tony is like years younger. I don't know the exact age, but I know he was still in high school. And I graduated in 2022. So, you know, yeah. Two. That's a little history how they know each other. So, Oh, in reference to mother is around my age. She's like in her 20s. First thing I met, and I think I followed him on TikTok, but I unfollowed him after our conversation because this is what happened, y'all. So we was on TikTok, getting talking, chatting up, having a good time. I don't know why I said TikTok. I meant Instagram Live. So in that talk, I remember mentioning like about my boyfriend, right? You know how like somebody throws shade at you, but it's like very like slick. Like I was talking about him and he was like, I think it was him or she asked, he was like, oh, like what does he look like? So I was showing like me and my boyfriend and he said something about somebody being fat and I was like, are you talking about, my boyfriend or what? And then he kind of like switched the subject. So I was like, okay, that's weird. You know what I'm saying, right? So then another thing. So I started getting weird vibes from Tony when we were also talking and I was just like being myself and I think mother was talking or it was just like no one was really talking, like the tension was on someone else, right? And I was just in the back like playing, like I was over here, everybody was on a little bust down challenge where it was like, and the bad bitch like it be wavy, her, right? So I was doing a little bust down, like I was playing. That's how my humor is. Like I like to joke a lot, and so Tony's just like, oh, like why are you doing that? Like that's not even funny. Like I'm just like, is he talking to me? Like why are you mad? You're mad? I don't even know you. Like I'm literally just up here being myself, authentically me, and you're sitting over here throwing shade at me. So I'm like, okay, like what the fuck, and. Mother didn't say nothing. Like, mother was laughing at my jokes, and he was the only one saying comments like that. So I was like, okay, like, what? So, during the live, I just, brushed it off. We were still talking, cool, right? And I think he had brought up then, because I did unfollow him after that on TikTok, and then he brought it up, and basically, I dodged that bullet, because he was like, oh, I saw you unfollow me and follow me again, whatever, and I was like, well, I don't know. I feel like I didn't know you, but it's just like the fact that how did you even go out your way to see if I unfollowed you? That was just kind of weird. And from my memory, I remember following him back when we got on live, and because I got more, of his personality and stuff, and then I unfollow him after the live, and then I think he had mentioned on the live he felt some type of way about me just now following him on TikTok when we were on live together. I'm getting like already like kind of envy vibes because like that's what you're putting your attention to, or we're all just talking. Like I look, I was trying to be slick with it, y'all, because I already just started kind of got the ick, but I guess I felt pressure because it was like, damn, like like they know each other, maybe I need to give him another chance. That's why I follow him back, because when I already would hear about him, whatever, I just kind of like wasn't feeling the vibes, so unfollow. But so from then, after we got off live, oh, and there's another thing too. So when we started streaming the whole Bigfoot thing, right? So I guess they didn't have a device to play the songs on whatever, so I used my iPad. So I was trying to play the song off my iPad, and I had it on full volume. I felt like everybody could hear it. Mother heard it, so I just, I was like, okay, like everybody's hearing it. But Tony was the only one trying to find an issue out of it. He was like, oh, well, I don't hear it, and he was just like throwing shade because I guess it wasn't loud enough, whatever. So he was like, fuck it, and I was like, okay, like so we're not playing on iPad. So I was like, okay. It's just a diss track, but I guess they were trying to, but like I said, they were trying to find the best quality to stream the song on, whatever, right? So I guess my iPad wasn't good enough. So after that, I text mother about like the live. I said, did you feel like Tony was throwing shade at me or whatever? Like I just wasn't getting like good, positive, like, get to know you vibes. And here was another thing. Oh, I forgot to mention. Let me clock that T. So, y'all. So another thing on the live, I started bringing up about my drawing, right? Because I'll put it on the screen on the picture. So I had this drawing of Nikki that I felt like, for me personally, I didn't do my best. I felt like I wanted to, redo that drawing again. And it was blowing up on Twitter, not on Twitter, on TikTok, in my opinion. It was getting a lot of views and stuff, but in the wrong way. Like, it was getting a lot of bad press, you know what I'm saying, right? And I was telling them, like, it was like, damn, like, why did my fucking picture of Nikki blow up in the wrong way? Like, I was like, people in the comments saying like, oh, like it's giving Natalie Nunn and everything. So I remember when I brought that shit up, Tony was like, yeah, it kind of is giving Natalie Nunn. It's just like, okay, like, damn, like mother was over here like, like you're not always gonna do your best, but it's okay to like, refine your craft. Like, she was giving me uplifting, positive compliments, which I thought. And so Tony was just making that comment. I was like, okay, like damn, So I can respect constructive criticism, but it's a difference of like you just simply hating on somebody. Like, damn, like it takes a lot of effort to draw. Like, not everybody just wakes up a fucking artist every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, you know, like I'll get in the booth again. You know what I'm saying? Right. So after that, back to when I mentioned to Mother about like how she felt like, you know, Tony's impression and, you know, how he was acting towards me, because I was just getting like a ick impression. That's where I was just like, I was not feeling his energy. So I just simply mentioned it, and like her kind of words was just like, oh, like, you know, I really didn't catch that or whatever, and she didn't say nothing. So I'm guessing, you know, she backing him because, you know, that's her friend. So I'm like, y'all know each other. So I'm like, okay, you know, let me just dead it. So after that, what did I talk about? Here's another thing too. So during the live too, so Tony started bringing up about his views and everything, because he was saying about how his last post or whatever was not doing as like good of views or whatever, and he was like, well, I normally get this views and these likes and everything, and it's just kind of flopping. And he was like, oh, I just don't want to be one of the people that fall out whatever and nobody talks about them whatever. And it just kind of gave like, that was his whole obsession in the moment, because it was just like, we were just simply like, well, views and stuff like that don't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to humble yourself, because that's a lot of success at your age or whatever. And I respect that, because I don't got no feelings towards nobody. Like, if I see you got millions and stuff and followers and viewers, like, shit, I'm gonna give you your props. Like, I fuck with you. But it's, at the end of the day, none of that shit matters besides your character and who you are as a person. So, she was agreeing with me about that, about how he was talking about it. And we were just like, you know, agreeing. And then so after that, next situation comes where it was another weird thing too, y'all. Look, I'm trying, as I remember this stuff, because this happened over a whole year ago, so give me some grace, y'all. I'm trying to remember all the details. But so I remember on the live, right, so he started liking all my posts out of nowhere, and it was like he was already also been following me, I guess, since he saw that Mother was talking to me and like interacting with me and supporting me. So it was just kind of, I peeped that. It was weird too, because it's like, okay, if you've been following me for a minute, how did you start now liking all my posts? And he was like going through all my posts and making comments and stuff, and most of them were positive, but kind of was like, okay, like, you know, how are you now? Why am I now the topic now? You know what I'm saying? When she notices me, you know what I'm saying? And so he was making all these comments and stuff. This was literally when we were on live. He was just going through my page, like saying comments, asking me questions, stuff like that. So I don't know if his intentions were good at that moment, or he was just simply just envying me, already showing me his character. But yeah. So after that, next thing comes where, let me go to my notes. Sorry, I remember, so I don't lose track, y'all. This is when it comes back to Mother. So me and Mother started to get closer. I felt like, in my opinion, like, okay, like, I know for now, like, she fucks with me. Like, she has me in her live a couple times, whatever now. So I told her I was going to surprise her. So I drew her, right? So I put the little picture of the drawing of her on my Instagram, y'all, right? So I drew Mother, right? And I thought I was going to surprise her. She was the first person I sent it to before I posted it on my Instagram. And, you know, at first when I sent it to her, and mind you, like, I was, like, already planning to draw somebody else, but I was like, let me draw Mother. I was like, I'm going to really draw Mother because she's very inspiring. Like, sometimes, like, I'll draw, like, personal people I know, and sometimes I'll do celebrities, whatever. Like, a little bit. So I remember when I was explaining that, so I actually had one drawing that I finished, and I wasn't really fucking with it, but I still sent it to her to show like how she felt about it. She wasn't feeling it either, and which I had no issue with, but still I just realized, reflecting back on that moment too, like, somebody that would have humbled themselves would appreciate it if they liked the drawing or if they didn't, because simply I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do that. I went out my time and put my effort to make that drawing for her. So I went back, and that's when I made the drawing that I'm showing y'all. So that is the second drawing after the first one that I didn't like, that I sent to her before I posted. Wait, y'all. I just fucking remember some tea. So, y'all, I'm finna show y'all on this screen messages up from when Tony was texting me. And he was literally asking for a drawing from me. But let me pull out the messages, y'all. I'm gonna put them on the screen right here so y'all can read them. Clock that tea. As you can see, if you zoom into that screenshot, I was made a post on my story about how I was like doing, like, should I do like a tarot card pull for like $5 or something like that. And then he replied to the story talking about no in all caps. Then as y'all reading it, he literally replied yes to the story. And that's why I said LMO, but you said yes, like which one? And then he says, oh, I'm scared of readings.
Okay, so why didn't you just scroll past the story? Like, literally just weird shit.
And then I sent it to her of the full drawing before I posted it, and she didn't really have a reaction at first, so I was like, let me know if y'all should have took this, like, let me know y'all how y'all feel about this, but is this another red flag? So when I sent it to her, she didn't really have a reaction at first, so I was just kind of like, did you like it, whatever? And she was like, yeah, Ken, I like it. But like her reaction was like after a while, and then it was like days after. Correct me if I'm wrong. If she watched this right now, correct me if I'm wrong. She reposted it, her story days after, and then when I asked her about it, I was like, did you like fucking my drawing? And she was like, yeah, like I posted it and everything. So she sent it to me that I posted it, but I never saw it when she posted it. Like, I don't know, she just didn't tag me or whatever, but I remember she reposted her story. But I was just like, if I sent that personally to you, I would have thought my reaction was more like, oh, you snap, you ate. It never gave that. She mentioned after this, she was like, yeah, it was good, but it didn't give, like, you know what I mean, immediately, like right when you saw it, you would have gave your reaction then if you really fuck with it. So that's why I feel like, did she start acting shady or weird from then or what, y'all? But let me know how y'all thoughts in the comments about that. So then it comes this. After the drawing, I start noticing like her little crash outs and stuff. So this is when she was talking about like on live in her story. Well, I think she mainly talked about on live because she was more personal on there, right? So she started talking about like how a family member died or whatever around that time, and she was going through a lot, and she was like, I guess depressed or whatever. So I would like stop in and see her lives. Like, I got to the point like every time I would join her lives, I'll be like, hi. But it got over time where she wasn't even like making it known or like, you know, bringing awareness that I was in the live. I'll be like, hey mother, and she just wouldn't say anything. And mind you, like, it's like 30 people in here. It's not like hundreds, thousands of people where people be having the comments flooded. It was just like my name and like my presence was like, you know, I was present up in there that I noticed you. You know what I'm like? She was always like going on her way like, hi, hey Ken. Like, for a time where I would say hi, she wouldn't even dare to like, she wouldn't even care to like say hi back. You know, she would just be sitting there like, you know what I mean? And it was like not where like she was doing something and didn't notice my thing. I'll repeat even if like she was doing it, I'd be like, hey mother again. And she wouldn't say nothing. So then I was like, okay. So I didn't take it personal. I was just ignoring the little flags, whatever. So then I started noticing her, like, people would come in and be like, people that didn't even follow her, that people were just genuinely asking questions like, hey, like, when's your birthday? Like, what's your sign? They would be genuinely just asking her question. She'll be over here like, get the fuck on my live. Get the fuck on my live. Like, if you're not kidding, dog, get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Like, she would do her little Baltimore accent. She'll be like, get the fuck on my live. You're not a kin doll. Like, get the fuck on my live. And okay, there was some haters in her comments, but it wasn't like drastically an amount compared to the amount of supporters and followers she had in there. So she would just be crashing out like, y'all. She would be like, get the fuck off my live. Now, if y'all come from her page, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, she would just be crashing out. I mean, I'd be like sitting here like, bro, like that. And then around the moments where I would join and she'd be crashing out, I wouldn't even make my presence known. I would just sit there like, you know, like I'm just watching her live, because you know, it even tells you when people join. So I'm like, she gonna notice me in there if she really cares. But she would just be crashing out. She'd be like, get the fuck on my live. Like, she would get so mad. And just me personally, I know some people do this on the internet, they take it differently. I'm not finna be sitting here yelling at people I don't know. Even I get fucking hate comments under my shit, I'm not replying. Like, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, like, turn that shit off. You know what I'm saying? If it bothers you, and mind you, the whole even point of you being on live is to connect and talk with people. So shit, if you see some hate comments, ignore that shit. But I don't know if she was taking it more to heart because of the, you know, stuff she was going through in her mental state. You know what I'm saying? That's a factor in, you know, what's going on. But it's the fact that, like, you crashing out over some comments of somebody asking when your birthday is and shit. Like, maybe they were genuinely asking you. And that's why I felt like it, too. Like, they don't know you. And they would be like, bro, I was just asking. And she would, like, block them. Like, she'd be like, oh, next person, like, that say some hateful shit, getting blocked. And I'd be like, damn. And she showed her iPad the amount of people, like, she had blocked and shit. And this was like, I don't know, that shit's crazy to me. But let me know how y'all feel about that. But I just felt like maybe she was taking shit like that, but because she, you know, she was going through a lot. But it's just like, if I'm going through a lot, I'm not finna go on the internet, especially like just crashing out, ticking to the last shit. And then around that time, I do remember she was like going back and forth between her little sneaky link, whatever. So she was having problems with that. So then fast forward, y'all. Couple weeks after that, I noticed she started talking about, this is like around the week of her birthday, where she was making posts like, oh, any weirdos will be removed, like I don't fuck with the whole fake supporters and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, just talking her shit. Like, I'm like, well shit, she not talking to me, like, you know what I'm saying, like, she not talking to me, like, yeah, that's how I literally felt that moment, because I'm like, I'm always supporting her, always reposting her posts, liking her comments, I'm all in her comments, like, you know I fuck with you, and like, you told me yourself, like, I fuck with you, Ken. Look, message right there, I fuck with you, Ken. So we all know she fuck with me, so she not talking to me, right? The day of her birthday, y'all, right? I click on her story. This is the gag, this is the whole grand finale of it all, right? I click on her page, right, and go watch her story. I'm going through the slides. Oh, she posting herself, her little how she be doing her poses? I'm like, oh, I see it's her birthday. She had posted it was her birthday. And then I saw the next couple stories after, like I saw, like, you know, I know she had told me, I don't know if she told Instagram or she told me personally, but I remember like her mom had passed away around either her birthday or either around that time, whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if I think she shared the same birthday as her mom. Some shit like that. I know it's a very sensitive topic, but correct me if I'm wrong. But if that's what I remember, it was a while ago. Shit. So I know she was going through a lot that day or whatever. So I'm like, oh damn, like, you know, that's sad. Like, she did make a post. I do remember she did make a post about it. It's her birthday. I was literally going to tell her happy birthday. Why? Before I even get the chance to, even when I clicked on her profile, it literally said content not found. So I'm like, why the fuck am I blocked? So I either got blocked or removed as a follower, but I could not see anything on her page. So I literally went on my boyfriend's page and I searched up her page popped right up. So I was like, I know she ain't blocked me. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like, y'all tell me, like, what did I do? Like, I've been supporting you this whole time. What did I do? You know what I'm saying? I went to go text her, and that's how I felt like maybe she removed me as a follower, because I was still able to text her. I text her, I said, did you unfollow me? Seen. I was like, okay, like, what the fuck? So she never said anything from then. I go on TikTok to see if she's following me still on TikTok. She blocked me. Instagram, she unfollowed me. So I was like, okay, what the fuck? So y'all tell me, what did I do to that girl? Because I was like, bro, I did nothing to her. I thought that we was cool. Like, I thought we was on the same page. I drew you. Like, I don't just draw anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, like, was cool with her. Like, I was like, okay, she doing her shit. Like, she portrayed to me like she never had no issues. Like, I can put all the messages on the screen, y'all. Like, here's another thing too, I will show more of that. She just got to the point where I'll be texting her, like flooding her like with messages, because it's like, why are you not replying? Like, she would just not reply. We'd be having a conversation and she just stopped replying. And then just got where, like, I would text her, like, y'all see, like, I text her on May 4th. Looked dead at that message and said May 4th. Like, that did not say February. JT dropped her sideways thing or whatever. And I was like, playing with her. I was like, you know this cookie that good, I swear. You know this, I swear. You know I know lyrics. And you know, I thought she would just leave me undelivered. And then that's when I said, oh, I need your help. If you're free, I got a question with your press ons. And then that's when she said, oh, hey, I'm few with your, I don't know why she said that. Hey, I'm few with your question. So I was like, okay, you reply now. Well, after all the messages I was sending you. So it's like, are you selectively replying to messages? You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. So let me know, y'all, if those was red flags she was already giving to me, because I was just like, what did I do to this girl though? Like, that's how I got blocked by the only mother. And Tony was weird too. And then, oh, so back to Tony, y'all, before I fucking end this story time, y'all, right? So, literally with Tony, so I tested a theory. I was like, you know, let me confirm, like, let me see, like, if I'm crazy, I'm the one making this shit up, right? So one day I just happened to click on his live, right? And he was like in a restaurant or something by himself, like, and he was just like staring at his stuff, like he was looking at stuff. He just kept fixing everything on his face, and I was like, you know what? That confirmed it there. People be insecure and don't love themselves, and then it's like, you got the nerve on top of that to be calling my nigga fat when you're bigger than my nigga. Like, no shade, like, him, my nigga, him, my nigga, that's my nigga, him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I wrong? But like, that's really bizarre and crazy to be going out your way throwing shots at me, knowing that you're big. Like, I don't know. That's crazy to me.
Then on top of that, clock it. Tony had the nerve to be in my DMs talking about how have you been after I fell out with mother. Bitch, if you thought I trusted that weird shit, bitch, you must be a clown. Cause what the fuck?
Clock that T. Clock it. Clock that T.
That was the thing with Tony and that was the thing with mother. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments if I was wrong or not. You know, I decided to just air my shit out because honestly, I didn't even have to tell this story, but she actually popped up on my For You page, her live. And I was like, damn, I remember I fell out with her. You know, I wish everybody the best. You know, I wish them very success. I wish they hope, you know, they go up, you know, glow up, all that shit, you know. And I'm always giving my props. You know, her skin real tea, real clean, you know, all that. And she's a very beautiful black woman. Love a black queen down to infinity, all that. But let me know in the comments what I do to that girl, because was she weird? Because I know I most definitely was real. I was a real supporter, friend, all that. Like, she didn't even give me a chance. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance. But to me, like, that's weird shit. That's weird. Like, I don't do weird shit like that. Like, if I fuck with you, and then y'all, the crazy part is on top of that, she was always vouching like, when I blow up, I'm always gonna be here for my kitten dolls. I never go to the point, like, I'm always here for my kitten dolls.
Playtime been over, fuck a seesaw.
I fuck with my kitten dolls, I can't stand how people be blowing up and they be acting weird, they be switching up, they be letting shit gas they head, and then you turn around and act weird towards me. Like, when I supported you, I was cool with you. Like, you know, I don't got clout. I don't got sit over thousands of followers and shit. I mean, I should not buzzing, beaming, and booming like, I'm like, damn, like, I can't even get him. Like, I gotta book an appointment to see the nigga. Like, no, like, I was real. And that's where it was a learning lesson for me. Like, no matter how many followers somebody got, no matter how much clout somebody got, always be you and originally you. And I love that she was here for me in that moment to teach me that lesson, good or negative ways, because from then that helped me grow as realizing more confidence in myself. Like, I used to feel like, damn, like, maybe I'm not good enough, like, people don't see me, this and that. But look how much my YouTube channel has grown. Look how much I've literally just like, even on the last video I posted about talking about the key situation, I'm forever standing how I feel, and that's me. Like, I've been in a predicament like that before. I know when people can be antagonized with good intentions and shit like that. So I'm never one to sit up here and be like, yeah, I'm the shit. And there's nothing with being a little conceited sometimes, but you have to have humbleness to yourself. Like, I used to think that sometimes because I was so humble that it's okay for some people just walk all over you. That shit is not okay. Like, you should always stand in who you are and own your shit, but never feel like you're better than nobody or try to downplay anybody. You know what I mean? Because people can do that in little subtle ways just because they feel like, you know, like they're getting posted by this person, they're getting, you know, recognition by this, when at the end of the day, we're all fucking humans. Like, Nicki Minaj shit and piss just like everybody else. We all fucking wake up and be musty. Or not everybody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has their dirty laundry. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just be, you can't idolize people to the point where it's like they can't do nothing wrong. Like, and that's what no shade, a lot of the barbs do to Nicki though, or a lot of people do with a lot of celebrities and influencers. And it was a moment for me to even recognize too, like, damn, like, people really aren't as good as a person as they make it. So, you know, like, society, like, social media can really give you that, like, oh, I'm this look, I'm this type of person. And really, in reality, when you experience people for who they are, that's when the T is clocked. Because, you know, maybe I realized in the moment too, like, she's not as good as a person that I thought she was. Maybe I thought because she was all, you know, like, I'm real, I'm 10 toes down, like, I stand for my kitten dolls, I fuck with all my, I'm real, that's why people like me. Like, maybe I thought I fell into that facade, you know. But for me, like, I'm never too good. If I got some shit with you, I got an issue with you, I'm gonna address it. I don't know if she had an issue with me and just felt like she couldn't say it or whatever, and just block, like, block, like, she said, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool. Some people aren't confrontational, but at the same time, like, be real, be you. Like, I didn't do nothing to you, for real, but, you know, I had to give y'all some entertainment, say something. Like, let me tell the story. If you enjoyed my channel too, 22222, angel numbers 22222, you know, yeah, I fuck with her. I mean, I love her accent. Like I said, like, I love, give your ops props, because, you know, without them, that falling out, you never would have grown. You never would have gained that experience. So, you know, I give y'all that. But at the end of the day, you know, I only want real people around me because I'm real. You know what I'm saying? I can't be vouching real authenticity and be having weirdos around me. When I blow up one day, y'all, yeah, it's never gonna be an amount of followers and shit for me. And that's, I don't even, look, y'all, I don't even speak on that shit because I know who I am. But maybe some people don't be knowing who they are and they just, you know, fall into this, what people love this image about them. You know what I mean? Because shit, we all shit. Cause shit, she was working a regular job like me too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least, you know what I'm saying? I got a page, and that's to me outside of this, all that, and I have multiple talents. What do these people be having talents for real? Like, they just be blowing up because of their looks. And I get, like, a lot of people love that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fetishize dark skins. A lot of people fetishize this and that. People love what looks good on social media. At me, like, you know, niggas went through some real shit to find out who he was. And that's just me. But if y'all enjoyed this video, if y'all enjoyed this motherfucking story time, you know what I'm saying, make sure I leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn post notifications on if you real, and subscribe if you real. If you made it all through this video, you know what I'm saying, you didn't subscribe yet, you're a weirdo. Henley block, weirdos block, haters block, all that shit. But yo, I'm scared she gonna see this video. I don't care, I ain't ducking no smoke. I ain't ducking no smoke. And if she wanna get into it, we can really talk about it.
What Cardi say? If a bitch beef with me, we gon' beef forever, bitch.
But till further notice, y'all, I said what I said. But yeah, don't cry. Get your tissues. And I'll be back. All you gotta do is subscribe. And yeah, I love y'all so much. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bye y'all. Oh, and if y'all thought I was lying, I was not. So this is her page, because I think she just unfollowed me, right? But when I go to the messages, there's nothing in there. No vanish mode, nothing. So yeah, the messages are gone. So I feel like she blocked me around that time, and then she unblocked me and just unfollowed me. Well, I'm unblocked on TikTok, I see. So period.